So the recording has started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so the slide presentation is super short. It's just the slides itself with some links in it. So to get the presentation, it's that bit.ly / and then RSOD, Rondo School of Discovery, Whiteboard chat. And I put Genius Bitmoji because when I first saw this tool, I was just like, oh my gosh, I wish we hadn't had this tool last year at this time. Because Whiteboard chat, you'll see, is basically like a Jamboard, which, you know, I did that training already. But when the teacher creates their whiteboard, it creates an identical whiteboard for every student in the class. So anything the teacher annotates or puts on the whiteboard shows on the student's whiteboard, plus the student can add their own annotations, notes, whatever, working out the problem. So if it's a math problem, they can work out the problem on their own whiteboard. So it just took the Jamboard and just like made a copy for everyone. You can share it out in your Google Classroom. You view all of the whiteboards that all the students have at one time, which I won't be able to demonstrate that. That's something you'll have to play with. I'm just gonna kind of give you the entry level. So this is what it looks like. And then if you're on the presentation, this right here is not us. I just grabbed this image, but I'm gonna go ahead and in the slide presentation right here, just click on the whiteboard.chat and it'll take you right to it. And then the only other thing in the slide deck is this really awesome tutorial. I follow this girl on YouTube. Her tutorials are really good. And this is her latest tutorial because the very first one she did was when Whiteboard.chat just came out. They've added so many features and they've continued to add features. And so she did another tutorial with all those added features. So just go ahead and go to it. You can sign in with your Google and the kids can sign in with their Google. It does not collect any data from the students. And then the kids, go ahead.
Sorry, I sent request, it said request access, so I sent your link.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry. I was doing this while I was in one of my meetings, so I probably forgot to make it available to anyone there.
Awesome.
Okay, did you get in this time?
Let me see. All right, I'm in.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, thank you.
Okay, so go ahead to slide 2 and just click in the speaker notes and you'll be able to open up the platform. And students can also collaborate on a whiteboard. So you can teach, you can collaborate or manage the boards. That's where you would manage all the students' boards. We'll just click on Start Teaching. And on the left side, you'll see you have your menu options. So this is just refresh. You can go to all the students' boards here. You can make grids. So if you're doing like a math lesson, like for primary, they use 10 frames a lot. So they'll use 1s and then 10s and then 100 blocks. It lends itself to that, super easy. Music, I mean, you could just look at all these different grids. There are just a bunch of them. So there are a lot of different grids. Home just takes you back to this, which we're already, you know, oh, my phone just keeps going off. Okay. You'll notice each time you create a whiteboard, it gives you a different color. Over here, you'll see my name. You can change the name so that for your students, maybe you'd want it to have Mrs. Norberg. You can change the color if you don't want blue, because it's just random. So you can change this. If it would just let me. There we go. So I can make, and the kids, theirs will also be able to be changed, so they can change it to any color that they want instead of the color that it generates. And then this right here is, you know, just like the line thickness, and these are just like cosmetic settings that you might want. You can clear the board. So if you're showing something and you want to clear it, you can clear the board. The boards only last 2 weeks, so they don't get housed anywhere. So if you were to, let's say you put up a PDF as the background, and it was an infographic about fresh water, and you wanted to use that PDF to show, okay, most fresh water is in glaciers. It's not even accessible for drinking or, you know, bathing, whatever we would use fresh water for. As you go through the infographic and you make notations on it, and the kids also have the same infographic when they pull up theirs, and they have their notes, they can download it as a PDF. So it's not lost. All the annotations, all the information you put on the whiteboard are there. It's just in PDF format. And then you could upload them to Google Classroom afterward. Maybe you would have a resource folder for math or for science, and you'd put these whiteboards in there that they could access at any time later on. This right here is, so you can have a book of, let's say for a whole week, you're doing a lesson on adding fractions with unlike denominators, and you have a board for each one. You can put them in a book so that the kids would have access to the book for the week, and then after that you would download it. You can add animations and pause them. You can add media, so you can add a webcam photo or a video or a podcast. This right here is so if you were to put a shape on there or put a PDF, you can resize it and move it around. Select moving it around. I gotta go close this door real quick. Sorry, he wasn't in his office earlier, so I thought he was gone. And then you have these tools. There are a ton of them. And again, I'm showing you the tool. You can go ahead and explore on YouTube. They have lots of different, you know, tutorials for the different things that you can put inside of your whiteboard. And they also have Padlets that have whiteboard lessons that they've tried. And, oh, I've done this on Whiteboard.chat. So there are a lot of different things that you can do. Dice for probability. You can add links, YouTube. You can clone something infinitely. So if you made a square and you wanted multiple squares, you just make it once and then clone it. So you got the same size, same shape, same color square. So go ahead, you can explore with that. You can upload a file from the computer or your Google Drive, which is nice. It connects with Google Drive. So again, uploading like a PDF. Let me see if I can find something. Okay, this is our school calendar for next year. So it's putting it in. So this is how it would appear, and then I could move it and I can resize it. Oops, come on.
And I missed the part before. I couldn't remember. So multiple students can be on one whiteboard, or is this for individual students?
So this whiteboard right here that I've created, if I invited my class, which I could invite you right now, it would make that same whiteboard for you. You've got the same whiteboard. Any annotation I make on it is going to show up on your whiteboard, but you also have all that space around the document or the image or whatever I'm put as the background for you to take your own notes. You can type in text boxes or draw, you know, and it doesn't show up on anyone's but yours.
Gotcha.
So you could use the link, you can use a QR code, you can share it in Google Classroom, and when the kids sign into it, they have their own board, and whatever you're doing on yours is going to show up on theirs.
Gotcha. Okay, I love that part. Okay.
Pretty cool. So, and then over here, this is where you can draw. So I could, you know, like, come on. It's not letting me. There it is. So I could like draw attention to this right here. Oops. It must be up above there. And that's going to show up on yours. So if you want to sign into this one, let me send you the link so you can see it. And then if you want to, whoops, if you want to sign into it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
And you can make it to where they have to sign in with their Google account so you can see exactly what they're doing.
Okay. I'm in. Yeah, I could see everything that you did.
Yep. I have like this little bar at the top, so I can't see anything unless I minimize. There we go. So see, now I can see you.
Mm-hmm.
I can make you the teacher. I can showcase your work, so I can show it to everyone. I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry that I don't remember exactly. Oops, I just drew on there.
That's so weird. I don't know why I'm Calm Frida on there. Is that me?
I think so.
Oh, that's so strange. I don't know why that's.
You're the only person who has the link, so.
That's weird. Why is it spelled like that? I don't know.
And then here's a text box where you could add and just start, you know, typing. And then again, you could select it and move it if you wanted to move it somewhere else. Whoops. I wish there was there is an undo button. I just found it right here. I was like, I wish there was an undo button. So this is basically it. You could put an image on here. You could do math. You could put a topic sentence and then put in like a paragraph, underline the topic sentence and ask them, because that's what you were saying you were focusing on, ask them to underline a minimum of 2 supporting details, or underline the supporting details and have them locate the topic sentence or the thesis statement. It's limitless what you could do with this. And then again, you can just download it and save it for them to refer to later. So that's basically it. Do you have any questions about other things that you can do with it?
No, I've never even heard of whiteboard chats before, so I was super intrigued. So no questions yet. No questions yet, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
How do you think you will use it?
Honestly, right now, I think it's, so right now I use Jamboard as like a quick response, like sticky notes, or, post me like a source that you've used for this, or answer this question using evidence for using this for my inquiry. So this would be way better just because I could see where it says YouTube and links and things.
Yeah.
So can all see it, and it's kind of like a funner format for them. So I think if they would wanted to draw something underneath it, or just kind of add an illustration next to it, they could do that too. So
you could even put the question on the board and then allow them to find an image, a YouTube video, something that supports their answer, and then at the bottom have them write a rationale. you know, your reflection on why you chose this to answer the question.
Right, right. Or a thesis statement, because we're working on those.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's just an image, and just have them write a thesis statement for the image that they're looking at with no text or anything.
Yeah.
They have to try and figure out what's going on in the image. Yeah.
That's perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That's it. That's all I have. It was just a super quick one, real easy tool to learn by. So